4:30 p.m. that July 4th, the air was hot and the sun made the shabby downtown look gorgeous. As he walked up Smithfield Street, with the honest, mild fatigue of making copies easing his anxieties, he stopped to listen to the miserable trumpet player play floundering passages of Gaudiamus Equitor. It struck Noodles Glenwood that the man was eclectic in his drunken, half-assed trumpeting. Perhaps he had played trumpet when he was in college, at a state school. Perhaps it could explain his choice of careers. Walking further on Smithfield, he saw the neatly dressed street preacher belting out his versions of the gospel. I will let ruffians shoot nails, into my head, with a nail gun, purchased at Home Depot, It was too pretty to take the bus back to his apartment on the south side. So he let the 51C go past and walked briskly home. On his way, he remembered that he had been spending too much time in his stuffy two-room apartment. It was his own fault that it was a cluttered, dusty mess, which can cause a person to feel down at the mouth. But it wasn't in him to clean it thoroughly and give it the paint job that needed. He decided to treat himself to a cup of coffee at the Beehive. The Beehive was a maiden ship in the coffee house trend. It had been covered, rush-hot and hippy-dippy, from a dusty drugstore into the first Greenwich Village-style bistro of its kind. At least it was a first in Pittsburgh. It was a success, if a quavering one. At first, people from all walks of life came to the Beehive for the espresso and the schlock paintings by bad local artists that filled the walls from shoulder level to the high patterned tin ceiling. It was decorated with mismatched chairs and tables, and with brightly painted found objects like old fans and bicycles hung from the ceiling. Noodles took small comfort in the baristas, who favored the West Coast grunge look over the expensive, tortuous Euro trash. At the counter at the Beehive, Noodles waited in a short line of neo-hippies. When it was his turn to order, he looked up at the barista before looking quickly down at the counter. One of his neurological issues, among many, was difficulty sustaining normal eye contact. When contact was made, he would involuntarily bat his eyes, and then look away. It was one of the many things his inquisitors had been bringing to his attention. Mary Hunt, who, with her boyfriend Mike, ran a second-hand store on Carson Street, asked him why he always batted his eyes and looked away whenever he spoke with anyone. This incident took place at a book club gathering, with Mike following up with, "Yeah, Noodles. Everyone's been talking about it," with his pint mason jar of dark, strong coffee adding to the July heat. He took a walk through the bistro, looking at the most recent abundance of lousy paintings on exhibit on the bright yellow walls. As he shifted along the wall space, he noticed the tall, gawky woman who had handed him the Latiga pamphlet sitting at one of brightly painted, mismatched bistro tables. It wasn't his nature to be so forward, but his feet took him directly to her, coffee in hand, and the words came to him as if he was socially adept. "Pardon me, but I think you handed a pamphlet. Downtown. The one about Lagogianism." She looked at him with a shrug of doubt, then said, "Yes, that was me. Well, I was curious about it. I read the pamphlet, and gave the matter some thought. Do you mind if I sit down?" She shrugged again, blank-faced, and motioned permission to sit at her table. "My name's Noodles. Noodles Glenwood." "That's weird. Is that a nickname?" "No. Noodles is my real name. A man named Noodles helped my dad with his career, and he thought it would be a good idea to name me after him." "What's your name?" "You can call me Tippy. Tippy Tail Race." Tippy Tail isn't my real name. People started calling me Tippy a long time ago, when I was hanging out with Hare Krishnas. That's cool. Noodles hated himself extra when he used the word cool. But it was common parlance. I was wondering what you thought about Laotianism. What do you think of it? Noodles had to search for a decent answer. I think it has some merit. The universe might operate like a series of internet computers, with the body made of non-spatial, undefinable particles, and the soul, at the time of death, is uploaded to a cosmic hard drive. It makes some sort of sense. You read it right. That's what the pamphlet says. Oh. Noodles fumbled. I thought you were a practitioner of Bolatica's spiritual path. The phrase spiritual path annoyed Noodles worse than the words cool, rad and awesome. Do you always bat your eyes like that? She asked, without showing much interest. It's a nervous condition. It's no big deal. It puts people off a little. But isn't anything real serious? You know. Like schizophrenia. Tippy seemed a little emerged by this. Don't worry about it. Noodles. I have some problems too. My therapist says I have borderline personality disorder. Don't know what that is. But he says it's why all my relationships turn out like they do. I understand, replied Noodles. Sometimes people have to put out a little extra effort to make a relationship work. The twin bed in Noodles' two-room apartment was the only surface that wasn't loaded with clutter and dust. At 5:45, July 4th, Tippy and Noodles were sitting side by side on the edge of the twin Serta mattress.